everybody, I've got a story and it's called Dorcas Sews for Others, and it was one of my favourite books when I was little. Dorcas lived in a town by the sea, where the waves rolled high and the wind blew free. Ships sailed in and out every day, bringing in goods from lands far away. While many merchants were well dressed and rich, there were many poor people with scarcely a stitch to cover their backs and keep them warm in evening's chill or winter's storm. Old folks were walking around in rags, their clothes were like faded and tattered bags. The children, too, had little to wear, and what they had was in need of repair. Dorcas watched, and she thought, "Some day I'll help these people. I'll find a way, for that is what Jesus would want me to do, and with his help I can do it too." Dorcas knew how to sew extremely well, and those who knew her could always tell which clothes she had made or mended with care. In sewing, her talent was beyond compare. She searched for material both high and low, then with a needle and thread she began to sew. New clothes for those that were tattered and torn, new clothes for those who were faded and worn. How pleasant to see an old grey head covered with a bright-coloured coat instead of rags that let the cold air through, to chill old bones and cause pain too. How good Dorcas felt when she saw the joy that shone in the face of a girl or boy to whom she had given a new robe or cloak. What a joy it was to help poor folk. Then one day Dorcas became very sick. The people tried to help her get better real quick. They tried all they knew, and many cried, for they couldn't help her, and Dorcas died. "What will we do?" the poor people said, "for we still need clothes, and Dorcas is dead. How we'll miss this lady so wonderfully kind. People like Dorcas are hard to find." Then someone remembered that Peter was near, in a town close by, and would want to hear. They knew that he was Jesus' friend too, but Dorcas was dead, so what could he do? But they still sent two messengers down to find Peter in a nearby town. They soon found Peter, who was preaching there. They told him of Dorcas and hoped that he'd care. Peter came at once and saw the great pain in the eyes of those who had helped her in vain. He went to her room and looked down on the bed where Dorcas was lying, so cold and dead. Peter turned to the people who were filled with gloom, and he asked everybody to leave the room. Then he prayed to Jesus in heaven above and asked him to help Dorcas out of his love. Peter took Dorcas's hand, though still on her bed, and using her Hebrew name instead, "Tabitha," he said, "arise." And Dorcas sat up and opened her eyes. The people were glad, more than tongue can tell, that Jesus, through Peter, had made Dorcas well. They gave thanks to Jesus in grateful prayers for this kind little lady who really cares. Then Dorcas, who having been raised from the dead, once again picked up her needle and thread and began to sew robe, mantle and cloak to gladden the hearts of the poorest folk. We too can help others if we aren't shy. God's love for us makes us want to try. He gives us the things that we can do, and when we try, he helps us too. Like Dorcas, we must understand and always lend a helping hand and spread our sunshine every day by helping others in every way. That's the end of Dorcas Sews for Others.